Fellow Ugandans and friends of Uganda all over the world, my name is Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, also known as Bobi Wine, and today is the 24th of January 2026. It's exactly 8 days since I escaped from my own house following a raid that was carried out by the military and police at my home.
You people, what do you want in our compound? What is it that you want in our compound? What do you want in our compound?
On the orders of Muhoozi Kainerugaba, Museveni's son, and the Chief of Defense Forces, we had gotten earlier intelligence from our friends within the army that he had issued orders to his men to come and harm me. So when we saw them jumping over our fence on the night of 16th January, I somehow escaped from my home and left. That night they didn't enter into our house. They stopped in the compound. 3 days ago, they once again jumped into our fence, hurled profanities to my wife, and threatened to break into my house. That was the second time. Now last night was the third time for them to raid us. They came in hundreds, according to my wife. They broke every door in our house, including those that were not locked. They took away all our documents, from academic documents, land title deeds, and all important documents. They took every gadget, phones, chargers. They took our internet system. They even took all the laptops, including children's school laptops. They also took away our CCTV camera system and destroyed anything that they could destroy, broke glass and cut even our chairs. They put my wife on gunpoint, demanding that she shows them where I was. They even forced her to remove the passwords from her phone and our laptops, but she refused. Well, these and many things that Museveni's regime is doing through his son and his other people are not signs of strength. These are signs of weakness. If Museveni claims that he won the election, why is he panicking? Why is he doing all manner of terrible things? Why is he harassing people? Why is he harassing me and my family? Those are signs of shame. Those are signs of illegitimacy.
These people were drunk and they were very provocative. One of them asked me how I could end up marrying a traitor of Uganda, as if I'd never saw Nyankole to marry. Yesterday, the group that came to raid our home was a different group. They were so many, heavily armed, drunk, and they looked the same and spoke one language. They broke into the gate, the lower gate. Our askari was in a different corner, so he saw them and he called me. Our askari saw them and called me. I had already gone to bed. I was just preparing to read like one page of my book and then sleep. The askari called me and said, "These men are many and they are coming in this time." So in the moment, I got out of the bed, switched off the bed light, then tried to walk out of the bedroom and lock it, looking for a place to hide. But then I realized that was a wise thing to do. I opened the bedroom again, went in, opened the balcony room to make a video of at least some evidence of these people were coming in. I just shot a small snippet thing because already they had ladders and they were climbing to our veranda. So when I shot that, I locked the veranda door again, went in, sent the video to our son Solomon, and I asked him to let people know that we were under attack. Then I called our other son, who is also my brother-in-law, Dax, and I told him, it's finished. These people are coming in, definitely. So I walked out of the room, locked the door, and then went down the stairs. When I reached the stairs and looked in the window, there was this big group of men. Every window had like 10 men in it. And they said, "Open the door." They said it in Nyankole. I replied in Munyango, I said I was not going to open. So I passed the stairs, went to the general bathroom, locked the door, and called our neighbor, one of our neighbors. And I said, we have a problem here, let everybody know. Then I came out of the room. When I came out of the room, they were already coming into the sitting room. They had finished breaking everything. There were so many, very many. They went to all directions of the house. Ceiling, rooms, kitchen, outside in the compound, on the verandas, my bedroom, kids' bedrooms, bathrooms, everywhere. They were everywhere. They were very many. In that moment, they did not allow me to follow anybody where they were. One of them told me to give them my phone. He came and sat behind me, told me, give me your phone. I gave it to him from this angle. He put it in front of me and said, give me the password in Runyankore. And I said back, I'm not giving you the password. He said, you're going to give me the password. And I said, I'm not going to give you the password. He left, went outside on the veranda, came with other 4 men. So when he came back, he went in the same position where he was. He lifted me by the trousers. I was wearing 90 trousers and a shirt. He lifted me by the trousers, lifted me up, and then the one who was standing in front of me strangled me by the neck from the front. And then he told me, give me the password. And I told him in his face, I will not give you the password. The one who was behind here pulled my shirt. So now I was between 2 men. One was strangling me and one was pulling my shirt from there. And you know how the button chokes you here? So the button was choking me. I kicked the man who was in front of me. And when I kicked him in someplace very hurtful, and he walked away. Then this one pulled me and all the buttons broke. Then he stayed with the shirt in his hands. So I walked across the room naked. Now, in that room, there were so many men. Some of them just shied away and looked to the side. Some of them kept looking, and there was one sober one. And he said in Uganda, nedda, Mama Mudize, besati ya yambale. It was on the floor. One of them picked it and said, Wanike mikono, oyambale sati. And I said, no, give me the shirt, I'll dress myself up. He gave it to me. In that moment, the other guy who took my phone and who had my shirt who tore my shirt in the beginning, came back and held me by my hair. It was plaited like this last night. He held me by my hair and pushed me all the way up to a pole across in the sitting room. And I hit my lip. And then he told me, bring the password. I said again, there's no password for you. Then he pulled me down on the floor and they sat on me. I felt as if 4 bodies sat on me. There was someone I think was overseeing everything. He told them, what's happening here? Leave her. Then they went. I sat on the floor, and in that moment, I felt thirsty, I felt nauseous, I felt dizzy, I felt my body was confused. I asked for water. They brought me a glass of water. I asked for more water. They gave me another glass. And that was the last that I remember of that event. The next moment that I got to realize, I was on the veranda sleeping in my own vomit. The askari and the other boy organized and drove me to hospital.
So they left you in your house when you were unconscious?
They left me in my house. In my house or on the veranda, because when I realized I was outside on the veranda, sleeping in my own vomit. So all this while, they were asking me where my husband was. Where is your husband? I said, I don't know where he is. They asked me, did you think you'd bring your brother here to run on Kampala MP and win? That's not how you come and conquer. I don't have a brother that ran for any position. They kept asking the askari, where are the children? They beat him. He beat him here on the face. He has another cut on the head. They asked him where the children, he said he didn't know. They asked him where the basement was. Where is the basement? He said, I'm new here. I don't know if there is even a basement here. So they collected everything. Phones, laptops, electricity, chargers, AirPods, anything electrical. They took away our camera system. They went to the ceiling, picked it, broke everything down, left us in the dark, and went.
Do you think this man could have been sent by General Motors?
General Motors has given my husband an ultimatum of 48 hours. Sometime 3 days ago now. Okay, it's past 48 hours. And he told him to come out of the latrine if that's where he was hiding. Then he said, I am looking for you, and when I find you, I'll treat you the way they treat, was it rebels? Was it outlaws? Yes, outlaws. So, if someone threatens you to that extent, and they are in an office of power, and they're in control of the army and all the army outfit, how could you say they're not the one that saved those people?
Now my message to you, fellow Ugandans, I am not in my home because I still want to be able to speak to you like I'm doing. I'm not in my home because my life is threatened. I take this opportunity, first of all, to thank the international community for the voices that they've raised, but also encourage them to keep an eye on Uganda, especially at this critical time. To you, fellow Ugandans, this is our country. All this is being done to intimidate us. They've abducted 2 of my deputy presidents, Lina Zedriga and Jole Tukamshaba. We don't know where they are. They've arrested Mwanga Chivumi, my deputy president in charge of Buganda region, and many other comrades to sow fear in us. I encourage you to be strong, to be smart, to be creative. These people are not as strong as they purport. And indeed, they are not as smart as they are. They failed to find me for 8 days. I also tell you that we must never give up. Uganda is our country, and we must fight and liberate it. I will resurface at an appropriate time to forward our struggle. In the meantime, I'm not home because I'm trying to keep safe, I'm trying to keep alive, and I want to keep communicating to you. We shall overcome, we shall be free. People power, our power.